Ladies and gentlemen, this is the OK Show Tuesday, and Rod's not yet here. We're waiting and waiting and waiting. And Jasper has his suspicions on what is Rod up to right now. I'm not gonna blur it out right here on the live stream because it's kind of like private, so we're not gonna talk about it. CJ Carrieto Havalona, right? My co-host last Friday. We talked for a bit, right? It was a pretty long talk. Was it like last week? No, that was like 2 weeks ago, right? That wasn't last Friday. That was like last Friday. Okay. It's June 14th, 2022, and game 5 happened today. Golden State won. So it's 3-2 now. Golden State Warriors up by a game and one game away from another NBA championship. So we'll see what happens, right? I don't care who wins, but I'm more of a Boston fan. But if Golden State Warriors win, I wouldn't mind. I'm still a fan. Okay, I'm not. I mean, not just Steph Curry. I'm not really a big fan of Steph Curry, but I'm a fan of Steve Kerr. Joe Boy, what's up? Yeah, well, waiting for Rod to finish up. He's, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure, man. He said he's already home. Been waiting for him for about 14 minutes now. Damn. Anyway, Joe Boy, who are you cheering for? Who you rooting for? Are you rooting for the Boston Celtics or Golden State Warriors? All right, okay. We have Rod. Kadali lang bay kay Dugay Connect ang Mac. Sistema. All right. Really? You buying it? Jasper, are you buying it? Is it really the connection? Is it really Mac's connection to the internet like Davao Eagles? My money is on Golden State Warriors. Lol. All right, okay. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, they have a good team. Um, Andrew Wiggins. I'm not really a fan, but I know that he was gonna show up at some point. Because when he came in the league, I checked out his college highlights, and he was pretty good. So I know that at some point he will show up. What you don't buy it? Yeah, I know, right? Me too. I don't buy it. He's probably up to something. Did you bet on it? Like, no, I did not. No, I do not bet. I only bet when I'm the one playing. That's my personality. I never bet on things I mean, I have no control of. It's not just my personality. So I cannot bet on like games and shit. Like, but if I'm the one playing, I'm playing 5 on 5, and if the guys wants to gamble and have a bet, yeah, I'm down for it because I'm playing. But yeah, I know. No, all I'm saying is it's not in my hands. All right, I'm not saying that I'm better than these NBA players. It's just that I mean, that's my money, man. If I'm gonna lose it, I'm gonna lose it. I'm the reason why I lost it, not because some other guy missed the shot. I missed the shot. I'm fine with it. All right, I'm
But
buying it. Wi-Fi do be acting up recently. All right, okay. You done?
yeah, we're good.
All
Am I
right.
good?
See, he's done. That's supreme confidence. No, no, what I'm saying is like, okay, okay. My dad was a gambling man, but he never gambled on cards or hantak, all right, or casinos, because yeah, I mean, he would always gamble if he's the one playing, like because he plays bowling, right, and there are encuentros in the bowling alleys and shit. He tried it like he would bet on like there's a thing they call three balls, right? You would bet on like whichever or whoever, right? And he tried that, and some I mean, like most of the time he loses, so that's why he stopped doing it. So he's like, no, if I'm playing, I'm betting, but if I'm not playing, no, not even three balls. Like he wouldn't do that. 'Cause- And I got it from my dad too. Like if I'm not the one playing, No, I'm not gonna do it. Like I'm not gonna bet on anything. Like I don't even do sweepstakes and stuff. I don't do lotteries. I don't do last two. I don't do high alai. So I'm yeah, if I gamble, I would gamble with, I mean, right? If I'm playing table tennis, then all right, somebody like you could size up your opponent. That's how it is, right? When you're playing with other people, you can size them up and you can like, all right, maybe I can take this guy, or maybe it's just your head telling you that you're not really that good enough. But at least it's like, all right, okay, I think I can take this guy. But I mean, yeah, if you lose, you lose. I mean, it's all because of you, not not some other guy that you don't know who doesn't know what's really at stake or something. All right.
Well, we're talking about gambling here. I thought talking about friendship.
No, because we're talking about Golden State Warriors and the Boston
Oh,
Celtics,
got it,
and the
got it.
Warriors won today.
Yeah,
And Joe Boy was asked if like if I was betting on
I don't. I'm like you.
NBA games. No,
You
I
don't, right?
I
Yeah, we're in
don't
the
bet.
same. We're in the same boat.
I don't.
Yeah, I think yeah, because I was like when we were at Sekdea, the finals already started, and all the waiters there were like following the game, and I was just following the game because I was just following the game, and I was like, oh yeah, whatever, and they were talking about the spread and all that stuff, like plus whatever and Boston or something like that. So they were like teasing each other, nagkakantsawa na, and that's when I figured that okay, so there's a bet going on, and it's the same thing when we were still at the radio station at Kilo B. Yep, the security guards and the technicians, they were all betting for whoever was in the finals or the playoffs or whatever. So yeah, but Ice and I know Ice for sure. I don't know if it's a sigurista trait that we both have. I enjoy like the thrill a little bit. Not so much the gambling, but it's more of like getting something out of it. It's not so much the risk of like losing your money. Like when just contributing to your conversation when I came in, Raj and I, like when we go to the arcades, I would just buy a card. I load a card, the time zone card with like 500, 300, or 500 pesos credits, and then we'll just use that up on those machines, the claw machine, the coins that fall and stuff, and other arcade games that release tickets, and it's sort of like, I guess, gambling in a way, but there's entertainment to be had. So we're just paying basically for the entertainment that we're getting from playing those games that might result in winning a prize. So I don't think it's totally like gambling, like it's you're throwing your money into thin air, just taking a risk. And it's only
Right.
limited to the credits, the amount of money that I put in the card. So if we use up the 300, we're done. It's not like
All
we're
right.
hooked and like,
Cool.
oh, we got to load it up and let's spend more money,
That's
So
true. That's true.
yeah. So we don't really,
All right.
we're
So
not gambling people.
no, we not. We're not. We're not.
Yeah. We're
We
not. We're
we
not.
have we have gambling people listening though.
I know for
they're
sure.
they're gambling with their time.
For
They're
sure.
gambling with their time listening to us.
All right. So
Sending some what's up to
you're gonna
CJ,
lose,
Joe
guys.
Boy, Jasper.
This is
Yeah, you're
this
gonna
is a
lose.
risk. This is a risk that will not,
We are gonna
pay off for you.
dominate. This is our turf right here. We're gonna
Exactly.
dominate you.
In fact, whether we have listeners or not, we don't care. That's the thing. We don't lose. We'll talk to each other. We'll talk to each other. We don't care if you not. No, to
Right.
be honest, we appreciate you
Sharks.
guys out
Right.
there. So thank
Right.
you. Boston plus
And
one
Mimi
games to
is
come.
listening. Mimi is Jasper's wife. I don't
Yes.
know
So we'll
why.
be
I mean,
careful.
was that a
We will not.
warning? Because Jasper was like, "Oh, my wife's listening." I'm like, "Well, was
I
that a
was,
warning
dude. I was about to say something, man. I was about to say
about
something about
Jasper?"
Jasper. Yeah, but I'm
All
like,
right,
I
okay.
think
So, okay,
good
yeah,
thing
me
you
too. I was
mentioned
about
that,
to say
dude.
something about him, so I'm not
Whew,
gonna say it
close.
anymore
That was
because
close. Yeah,
Mimi's
it's like,
listening. So,
yeah, yeah,
whatever we say tonight, it should be good. It should be
yeah.
positive about Jasper.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
mean,
Jasper.
Mimi's listening. So,
Nice
right?
guy, Jasper. Nice guy.
He's a nice. He never
Um,
cheats. He
yeah,
never
he
cheats on
what
other women.
he never looks at girls. Yeah, he doesn't like girls.
Never.
In fact, he likes
Yeah.
guys. All right. Um,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
once he once
That's
he,
true.
I once borrowed 100 pesos from him. He lent me 100,000 pesos,
I know.
and
He's
didn't
he's
ask
really
for it
nice.
back.
He's really nice.
Didn't ask me to pay him back. I'm like, super nice guy, man. Yeah, Mimi's
He is
like,
a super
you
nice
know,
guy.
these guys are paid. These guys were bribed. Yeah, Mimi, Mimi's not stupid. All right, Mimi knows what's up. Mimi knows who she married, and Jasper is a nice guy. All right. So, anyways, let's talk about. We want Mimi's opinion on this one, Jasper. So, if you don't want Mimi, we don't want us to put on Mimi on
Well,
the show
have you gotten in
because
touch with Carol? Is
I
Carol
did.
joining
I
us? No.
did. Carol wants to join in,
Right.
but she can't join right now because she'll be at work. But I told her
Right.
we'll work a schedule out. We would do an episode
All
with
right.
you on it. And she's like, because I told her, God, can you join us one of our episodes? We need an opinionated woman. And she said, you're barking up the right tree. So that means
You're
that
barking
means
the right
that
tree.
means she's up for it. And that means
All
she's
right.
up
Okay.
for it. But we're
All
gonna
right.
have
She's
to,
probably bored too. So yeah, whatever. We need bored
yeah,
people
yeah.
here.
Yeah, we do. So we're gonna have to adjust our schedule to accommodate her in one of our episodes. But that's fine
True.
because we'll just I'll ask Ice when he's free. If it's like if we have to do it daytime, we'll have to do it daytime. If we have to do it like
All
much
right. We
later,
could do
we'll do it much
daytime.
later. Or
Yeah,
but she
because right
said
now
mostly
it's like,
weekends. She
is
said
he in
weekends is
England
good.
right now?
She's in UK, yeah.
Because
7 hours.
uh,
They're 7 hours
right, about
behind, I
seven,
think.
8 hours. So it's about like 1 o'clock there or something.
Yeah.
Like 8 hours from here. Because I was just like talking to Wendy and Phil.
Okay, there you
We
go.
were talking since last night. So yeah, when we put down the
What
phone
state
earlier, it
is
was
Phil
around
in? Is
twelve
he in,
thirty.
in California? Is in what
No,
state
he's
is
from
Phil in?
San Diego, but now
San
he's
Diego. Okay,
living in
California.
San Francisco. So
Okay,
he lives in San
California, yeah.
Francisco, but Phil is with Wendy right now in Scotland. So we had like a video call because they were together. Phil's vacationing in Scotland, and Wendy lives in Scotland now.
Mm-hmm.
So he's crashing at Wendy's place. So they called me
Nice.
last night, but my wife was already asleep. So they called again earlier this evening, and we talked. Just like
Yes.
like 10 years ago all over again. 2029, 2010. Yeah, I mean, I miss those times. I kind of like miss those guys because I mean, time passes. So we're talking about like friendship. So yeah, I mean, I have this friendship with these guys. Like I'm friends
I'm
with
proud of
Phil
you
and I'm
guys.
friends with Wendy.
I'm proud of you guys.
And
You guys are still together. You guys are still friends in spite of you're all in
well,
your
yeah, I know
different
it's kind of
respective
it's kind
places,
of
right?
weird. It's
I'm
kind of
friends
weird
with Phil
because
on Facebook. He just liked my
I know
he just liked my
he was
post
asking
about my
about
son.
Gabby. He was asking about Gabby. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
even
We
asking
we
about
talked about
Gabby.
you, and we talked about the shows, and the ones that we talked about
Does he watch the
when
show?
like
Does he
when he visited.
care that we have this?
No, because I don't know. I don't share it on my actual page, or like my personal page. So I don't know if they could see this, but on my page I show this. So I'm not sure. But the thing is, Phil was asking about Gabby. He remembers Gabby. He was like, "Oh, how's that Gabby dude?" I'm like, "Really? You remember him?" Like, "Yeah, because he was with me the whole day one time, and we went, to that wakeboard place. Like, where
Yeah, yeah.
where's that? Like, what was it in Turil? It's not in Turil, right? Was
That's
it
in
in Turil?
that was in Mintal.
Titina
That's in
Playa?
Deca. That was
Mintal,
in
Deca
Mintal.
Homes, right?
Mintal. That's
Okay.
in Deca. Yeah,
So he remembered that. So he was asking
yeah,
about Gabby and stuff.
yeah.
And he
Gabby's an
couldn't remember
accommodating
if he
gave.
gave Gabby a camera. I know, I know.
He has all the
Anyway,
time
your
in the
friend
world.
Paolo. All right, you have a friend. Like, okay, Paolo
Look
Tapia
at
is
his
tuned
friend.
in.
He's our friend. Paulo is
No, I
everybody's
mean, no, no,
friend.
no. Okay, here's the thing. He's my
Actually,
friend,
he's
but
everybody's friend.
he's everybody's friend. I know that, but no, I mean, because we're talking about this sort of friendship that people have. But then with you and
Yes.
Paolo, you have this like long time friendship going on,
Yeah. The
right?
funny thing with Paulo is, I told you,
I mean,
man.
you're friends with him and his brother,
He's younger brother. He's in town, actually. So Carlo is in town,
right?
and Carlo is like one of probably my top three, top two, one of my best friends in college. Which it's just funny because we only really got to know each other the last 2 years of our college life. But I found out that his kuya Paulo is the guy who's my age. So we also get along. And my other friend Dexter, Dexter Latayan, the guy who has a kuya also, who's a doctor now, Dr. Kicks. Dr. Kicks is also my, age. I didn't go to Ateneo, so we weren't classmates or anything, but they're like my batch mates. We're age mates. So it's funny. It just goes to show how immature I am that I am friends with the younger brother. Paolo, I think you're older than me, man. If I'm not mistaken.
Paolo, is he older than you are?
Tiguan
Like,
ka,
I mean,
Brad.
you know what? Months is if he's older, by a few months, older is still older, man. Now you have to spill it
Yeah,
out.
Paolo's may kuya. Yes, Paolo's may kuya. I
Kinsay
think I think
tigulang,
Paolo's still
kinsay
older.
tigulang, Rods tigulang.
Dude, okay. Here's the thing. 30, yeah. 30 women. You're all living with 30 women. No, here's the thing. If you're 1973, you
Right,
can't possibly be younger than me because I was born on the last day of 1973. So I'm the youngest
right,
of the 1973 people. But if you're
right,
1974, then okay. It's safe to say I'm obviously older than you. Even if you're born January 1, I'm older than you
right.
because
Or
I was
January
born January
2nd,
3rd.
January 3rd. So I don't
If
know.
you're
Is Paolo
73, you're
what?
younger than me.
Well, he could be 1974.
No, he's 73.
All right.
73 yan.
Okay. So
I
so
think
Paulo's,
November.
yeah,
November ba ka,
Paulo's
Pao?
older than
What month are you, man? No, it's
1973.
1969.
My God,
1969
man.
yan. Bastos yan eh. Nyakis and
1969.
Yakis. 1990. Bakakon.
1990.
Bakakon.
Eh!
Dude, di ka DJ. Bawal ka
No, I
magsinungaling.
think I
DJs
think
lang.
what I think what he's saying is one of his kids was born in 1990.
May diskrassador. May yeah, naging ama, naging batang ama at 1990. 1990, dude, how old was I in 1990? It's freaking 16? All right. Anyways, let's talk about friendship. So, it's good
All
that
right,
we're
let's
with
talk about
friends.
friendship.
We consider all these guys friends. Joe Boy, Joe Boy. I met Joe Boy like fairly recently. Joe Boy, my wife was teaching in John Paul. I don't know if I don't think Joe Boy became one of her students, but yeah, Joe Boy went to John Paul for nursing, and then I found out later that Joe Boy's dad is actually like a friend of my dad. They used to play chess together or something, and Joe Boy's aunt, Tita Cynthia, is also the law partner of my mom. So Joe Boy's like family to me. And it's funny that I meet people like that much later in life, and then you find out that wow, you're like, yeah, your dad's like
You
my
have a
ninong,
connection,
or yeah, like Pastor
right?
Tom Arellano, who I know you know him. He's been. I think you know him. I mean, he did radio, was in campus radio for so long and stuff, and he's a pastor now.
Right.
And we've
Yeah,
never really
yeah.
sat down and talked to each other and all that stuff. But I hosted a wedding recently, the wedding of the daughter of Doc Stewart, and I recognize him. Yeah, I remember him because his dad is my ninong. Attorney Tony Arellano is actually my ninong, and I remember his dad from when I was young because when you're a kid, you always remember the ninong and the ninang who gave you toys. You don't remember the ninong and the ninang who gave you clothes or whatever. Only the ones who give you money or toys. And I remember, Tony gave me a bow and arrow with a target once, so I never forgot him. I also remember my Tita Helen, and Tita Helen, small world. Tita Helen was also a friend of my mom, and I think co-teacher in Ateneo. Gave me this like airplane thing, and she was one of my favorite ninangs. And I didn't see her for the longest time because she migrated to the States. She's actually the aunt of Lay, Judge T's wife. So
Right.
small world, like the sister of her mom, Lay's mom. So it's like malit lang Davao, folks. All right, we're all connected in one way. So spread peace, not hate, because you don't know the person you hate might actually be related to, or might actually be like a family friend, and you'll come full circle and you realize, and the cool thing is, these people I'm talking about I became friends with just like to the natural, through natural process. It wasn't through like, oh, my mom forced us to be friends, or my dad introduced me to it. No, it's like I met them, and you find out later on, like Billy Kane. Billy Kane's dad used to play chess with my dad. So I never knew, and that's probably why Billy Kane was the one who got me into Killer B. Maybe he didn't know though. He didn't know, but I think because our parents got along, maybe something about, because I knew him already beforehand. So from church, because he was attending his wife's church. I think they weren't married yet then. I was also attending my girlfriend's church at the time, and we were like the lost souls in that church. Like we knew, like I knew this guy did blog. Like, "Hey, what's this guy doing here?" And he's looking at me too. Like, so we got along, and we were, we became kind of like friends in a way through that church. And little did we
Right.
know that we would meet each other and start to work together. And he was the one who hired me. He was the one who got me to
You're
Killer
like the
Bee.
double S. You're like the SS guys there. You're like double S. You know what that
Sali
stands
sali.
for?
Sali. What is it? Sao sao? Sao sao?
Satan
Well,
spies. You were Satan
dude,
spies.
we weren't that bad, man. I mean, yeah, but we weren't born again. We were more like burn again. You know what I'm saying? That's probably a proper term for us. I mean, like we would be like going like, we would like be doing this like, I would be looking at him, he'd be looking at me, and we're like, yeah, what's up, like, are we gonna pretend to faint here? What's going on? But I mean, I'm not mocking like religions or whatever, but I'm just saying like, we know why we're there because of the women we were with at the time. All right. So Billy Kane, of course, now he's a full convert. So I'm not gonna mess. And I know he's genuinely into that already. But for me, it was like, a face in my life that just goes to show you that I'm a girlfriend guy. Like I would literally turn my back on my religion to be with a girl, and then yeah, it did work out. So I guess Religion might save you, but it can't save your relationship. All right. So that's it's. I'm talking about friendship here. So I'm talking about the dynamics of the male friendship. We can't accurately speak on behalf of the women and the dynamics of their friendship. So here's a disclaimer for the ladies out there. Ice and I will only speak from our perspective as men about the friendship of women based on what we witnessed. Ice is friends with a lot of girls, so he knows the drama that goes on in the circle of women. I grew up with women, and so I've always had a girlfriend and they've always had friends, so I kind of know what goes on when it comes to the circle of friendship amongst women. But we're not saying what we're saying is fact, all right? So that's why we want a woman to give us feedback if we are accurate or not, or if there are certain things about a dynamics of a woman's friendship that we might miss out on. But we will speak on the friendship of men and speak on what we know about the friendship of women. So the question is, our topic, guys, what is it? Who has the better friendship?
How do friendship among men and women differ?
Differ.
How do they
Okay, so
differ?
that's actually a
Right?
diplomatic way of putting it, right? I was actually thinking like,
Yeah, oh
whose
yeah.
friendship is better? I was like, whose friendship is better, men or women?
No, I don't think there's a better friendship. I think
I know, I know, I know.
there's just like
Yeah,
difference in like in the nature of the friendship.
that's
And
true. I agree.
yeah, I mean, you take your pick because there are women who would prefer to have the type of relationship that guys have. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And there are
Mm-hmm.
men who would prefer to have that kind of friendship that women has
Mm-hmm.
amongst women as well, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
because
yeah.
we have we have different dynamics. We're friends and we do a lot of crazy things, and women they have their own thing. But then if you're friends with a woman or like the opposite sex, that's a totally different dynamic there. So yeah, so it's kind of hard to digest, or it's really kind of hard to to pick which one would really suit you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so it could be a case to case basis. It could be person to person. I don't know, but I don't know. Like from what I observed, men are just fond of bonding and doing things. We don't really want to talk. When we talk, we just talk nonsense, right? It's all
I
yaga
agree.
yaga. It's all galaw and stuff. We talk a lot of shit, right? We don't
Yes.
want to talk about serious stuff. Nobody can stand that. So that's why the conversation always goes to like motorcycles, cars, basketball, golf if you like golf, like all these things that involves like like a lot of movements or a lot of action,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's what men like, right?
True. True.
Men like it because it's you don't have to think about about these things when you're talking about it. You just like laugh with it, or and you laugh with each other, and you laugh at each other because you're just like goofing around. Whereas with
Yes.
women, it's really different. You don't see them like talking about sports a lot. No, they don't do that. They
No.
don't talk about cars,
No.
right?
No.
They
No.
might
They
talk
talk
about
about
who
real
has
life.
the car,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't talk about cars per se. They would talk about like
They're
who
more
has the nice car,
they're
right?
more in
Like,
touch with
oh, who do you
reality.
think has the car? This guy or this
Yeah,
guy?
yeah.
They would talk about
Yeah.
that, but they would never talk
Yeah.
about the cars per se.
True, true, true. Guys would talk about the cars, but they're more about they're more like I said, they're more in touch with reality. I think when women talk to each other, it's more about, you know, the realities of life, and they're not afraid to put out like the worst part of their situation. Whereas with men, we don't want to stress our friends about our problems as much as possible. If we do stress our friends about our problems, if we do mention our problems to them, it's always approached with like a bit of humor. It's always approached with like, we try not to be too serious about it. I mean, at least in the Filipino friendship sense. I mean, I know first world country friendships are different. They're more mature in their approach of, dealing with their friends and their troubles. I noticed with women is that they're more realistic. They're more in touch with
They
reality. Men, on
are
the other hand, we're more about like, everything's exaggerated. Everything has a
right.
dose of
We can't
humor
even
in
talk
it.
about our problems straight. Like you would go to a
No,
friend
we
like
can't. No,
buanga
no.
buanga ba yabong kaldero, and like what
Yeah,
does that mean? I don't know
exactly.
what that
Yeah,
means.
bulabog, bulabog's malay.
You
Like
know,
no details, man. Like what detail? What? Because we don't know how to
buanga
express
yabong kaldero.
ourselves. We don't, we don't,
What does that mean, caldero? I don't know.
bulabog ba? Gipanitan ko buhi. I mean,
Right? I
it's
mean,
but we get it. And the thing is, here's the deal. I think it goes both ways, Ice. I think that's why we're like that with our friends, with our guy friends. is because not only are we poor at expressing ourselves properly with our guy friends, but we also know that they're not necessarily the best people to kind of accept that and give you a logical response. So we just do that. Like even when we have the problem, we unahan na natin sila. We're like we try not to be too serious about it. We're like we're if you want serious conversations, you talk to women, because women would be like, really, an problem, and you talk differently. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm a girlfriend guy because
Yeah.
with the girl,
No caldero
they're
will be involved in the
no
conversation.
kaldero. They won't get that. Anong kaldero na buhos? Anong yabo? But your guy friends will get it, you
Ah,
know?
nga ba, yabong
Uy, yabo
kaldero.
ba? Labay plato. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's just how we are. That's why I'm saying the male
Kulob ang,
friendship is better.
kulob, kulob ang ano.
Women, on the
Outside the
other
Colombo
hand,
ko ba? Outside the Colombo ko ka.
yeah.
You don't even
And,
use
and,
Colombo for crying out
and
loud. What are you
and
talking
here's
about?
here's what I noticed too. All right, with guy friendships, like if your guy friend is in conflict with another guy or group of guys, you're all in support. Like you're all like your tropa everything. But if your guy friend has women problems, you want to like you're like we don't get aggressive. We don't obviously we're not gonna encourage him to beat her up or whatever. We don't do that stuff, right? We'd be like, babae, I'm gonna buy, okay na. Like we try not to pry into that world because like I said, it's a woman problem. If he has problems with a woman because he doesn't have one, we'll help him out. Sige, sige, sige. Look up at the chick ba? Yan, ako chick diri, to, 3-5.
See,
You know what I'm
that's the
saying?
funny
But
part. Because you know what? The funny part is if the guy's having women problems, they wouldn't say anything. But if it's a different kind of problem, if it's like if it's
they
if
would.
the person, if your friend, your guy friend is not yet involved with that person, because usually if your friend is already involved and they're having problems with their relationship, you wouldn't say anything. You'd be like, all right, you know what? I'm out. I don't know. I'll listen, but I can't say anything. But if that person is not yet involved and like somebody, so that's still a woman
Mhm.
problem, right? You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
still
yeah, yeah.
consider that as a woman problem, but that's
Of
a
course,
different kind of
yes.
problem because you're not yet in a relationship. The
Yes,
funny thing
yes.
is, in that situation, your guy friends would be like, "Bay, birahi na bay. What pa nung birahi bay? Sus. Wa pa-
Yeah, it's a different kind of bira. It's a different kind of bira.
Birahi na, birahi na, biradahi na. Wa pa rin nung biradahi na.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Kind of bira. So, yes, basically what we're saying here is, for
Or
us,
or as my
yeah,
best friend would say, I don't know, I don't think it's Yoda. I think it's Joe would say this word, like would use the term, ah, bunali na.
yeah, bunal.
I think
That's
that's
Joe. That's Joe. That's Joe. That's Joe.
bunala
Paghubo. May
paghupo,
pagmagubo.
bunali na. That's his term.
May pag, we're brutally we're
Paghupo
guy.
na.
I'm telling you, if women listen in on guys' conversations, we're not like we're cryptic, but we're not. Like if she
Right.
can figure out what we're talking about,
You
she'll
cannot take
get
us
it.
seriously. You
You
cannot
cannot
take
take
us
it
seriously.
seriously. You cannot take it seriously because like I
Okay,
said, like
here's a question for you, Rod. What's 3,500, Rod? Well, I don't 3-5,
oh,
Rod. What is that?
per, per pop,
Is it just a
per pop,
number? What
per pop.
per
You
pop?
want only pop
3,500 per pop.
per pop. But I'm telling you,
What do you mean
but I'm
pop? Like
telling you,
what?
I mean, we're talking about like, would you rather what? Would you rather court her and spend 100,000 pesos for like how many months and not be sure if you're gonna get any, or you just want to get it done and over
Yeah,
with?
but if you get something,
Usapang
it could
lalaki to,
be
Usapang lalaki.
right. So that would be only
I
pop
mean,
then.
yeah, yeah. But we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about the dynamics of friendship, not the one night stands or whatever, or paying for whatever intimacy. So yeah, so we're talking about already. Iceman mentioned it. He's right. Absolutely, you can't take guys seriously. When I have a serious problem, dude, I can be with my guy friends the whole night, drinking alcohol, partying. We could be with them the whole night, and they will not hear a thing about my problem. Kung may iniinda ako, if I have a serious emotional issue, if I have like a deep problem that I don't really want to bring my friends down, no. The way I'll deal with it, the reason why I'm with my friends is that so that I'll
Hmm.
forget about it. Because they make me
Right.
forget about it. Because I'll be with them drinking, partying, talking about other things, taking my mind off that issue. And they will not even know that maybe I was on the verge of shooting myself or I was on the verge of, freaking, having a nervous breakdown. They wouldn't know because they're not the people I will that can deal with that. For first and foremost, guys are not very good with emotional issues. Like, think about it. How many times have you been in a drinking session with your friends and one of your friends starts breaking down and starts crying because maybe he had a traumatic childhood, maybe he has financial problems, maybe his girl left him and he starts crying. And how do we respond to that? When your friend starts crying, bye, bulagan ko ba? How do we respond to that? We don't know what to say. We like make a joke out of it. We just rub his back like, "Ay, ito na ba, isuka na." Like, we don't know what to say. But if you talk to a woman and you have an issue like that, or women in general, when they're crying and breaking down, they call their girlfriends. What do the women do? They're ready. They have the BFF starter pack, right? They'll whip out a movie, they'll play a song, they'll bring you your favorite dessert, ice cream, and you pig out, and you're having a pajama party, and all your girlfriends are there to console with you. You'll have tequila shots. They're ready. They know how to deal with it. They love that. They're prepared for that. Women women look forward to that. They look forward to their friends having a problem. That's why they get excited whenever they have a friend who's on the verge of a separation, because they can't wait to be the hero friend, to be there for her and to help reassure her that that guy's a jerk, because they're just programmed that way. But guys, on the other hand, if I have a friend who would call me and start breaking down and starts crying and he's like, "Oh, I wouldn't know what to do. The most I can do is offer him beer or whiskey. I'm not, what am I gonna say to him? Like force the issue? Like, am I gonna try to say? Because I feel like if I say she still loves you, I'm giving him false hope. Now, if I tell him that to forget her, there might still be a chance. I'm not. I can't be definite with my advice to a friend,
And it's tricky
especially
though.
right.
It's kind of
Tricky.
tricky if you're in that situation
It's
because you
tricky,
say all
man.
these things, right? You say all these things. He comes to you, then he opens up. He'd tell you that he's having problems with his relationship and, he's with a shitty girlfriend. He's with a really terrible person. And it's kind of like a bait, right? Then you start
Yes.
running your mouth. You start talking. You start giving him advice, especially if, your advice is somewhere along like, well, leave that person, or why are you, staying in the shitty relationship? I'm pretty sure you can find a better woman, right?
Yeah.
You say all these
Yeah.
things to comfort him. Then what happens after that is he would go back to the woman or a
Yeah.
girlfriend or wife, whoever, right? He would
Yeah.
go back there and he would start saying all these things. You know what? I said, Iceman said this, that I should leave you because, you're a shitty person. I
Yeah.
said that I can find somebody who's better than you and shit like that. He would start
Yes.
saying this to the person. And then
Yes.
the other, like the other half starts hating you. I think that's what happened to me and my best friend's woman because he would say
Jeez.
these things. It was
Jeez,
supposed to
man.
be between him and me. Don't say it to her.
Yeah,
Why?
exactly,
Why
exactly.
didn't
I
you?
agree.
Why?
I agree.
But he said
Don't,
it
yeah.
so many times
Between
because
your
he would
bros,
say it.
don't share with your hoes. All right.
Right? So
That's
I
basically
think he
it.
said that so many times. So I think that's why the angst and the anger and like I don't know, like the whatever it is that she feels towards me is there because of that. Because I have said because I am there in support of my friend, right? I'm trying not to judge her, but to make my friend feel really good about himself, I would talk shit about the other person. And at times I wasn't even like, I didn't really mean it. I mean, I
Yeah.
was looking at the relationship in a different perspective because I'm not in it. So I was just like trying to, tell him things, the things that he wanted to hear. So to my defense, that person shouldn't take it seriously or shouldn't, like, I mean, I was speaking as a friend of my friend, right? As a friend, I was just like trying to get his hopes up and try to make him feel better about the situation. But because he's been squealing and he's been spilling it all out, now the other person, or like the woman, the girlfriend, the wife, whatever, she's mad at me now because of the
Mm-hmm.
things that I said. When in reality, it was just like it has nothing to do with her, but more about like more something to do with my friend and his situation. So it's kind of weird. So you don't do that if you have a friend, and because sometimes you don't know what to say. Like with women,
Yeah.
they know how to handle this. They're
Yeah. Yeah.
already,
Yeah.
expert on, they're all experts when it comes to this kind of situation. But with us, we just like, we come up with, I don't know, with shit, and sometimes it's not the right thing, or it's not the
Yeah.
right shit that we come up with. So yeah, so you do not say that, or if you're the one getting the advice, do not tell your better half what your friends told you, because that would create more problems in the future,
I agree.
right?
I agree. I agree. It's like I said, guys don't want to get involved in that. If I never want to get involved between my friend and a woman, and I've always had situations where the freaking wife calls me, or the girlfriend will call me, especially
Right.
back then when we didn't have text and all that stuff, or we didn't have social media where they could just access other friends. It was always me, because like it would be involved my best friend, and I would always be called, Rod, ganito ganito, Rod, ano ba talaga ganyan ganyan. I would even get asked questions kung may kabit ba, meron bang ganyan ganyan. And I'm like, I always, and Joe knows this, my line is always labas na ako dyan. All right, labas na ako dyan. So basically it's like, I'm not, where were you last night? Like, I don't even, that's even a very difficult question to answer. If the wife calls you, the girlfriend calls you, sakay kagabi, you don't know what to say if you didn't coordinate the night before. So you have to be on the same page with your friends. Like, oh, pag tumawag si Mrs. ganito ha, nasa ano tayo, bahay nyo lang, ganyan, ganyan. You have to be consistent, because if I give an answer and my friend gave her a different answer, dude, he's screwed, So as much as possible, he probably just like, I just say, labas na ako dyan. She can't force an answer out of me. She can't squeeze it out of me. And she'll be like, I don't care what she says. I don't care if she accuses me. I don't care if she hates me. I'm just gonna say, labas na ako dyan, because if you can't trust your man, then I don't want to be the guy to lessen his credibility to you. He did that to himself. Let him be the one to say the wrong answer. I don't want to be the one to incriminate him. He let him incriminate himself. I mean, he's my friend. He's a grown up. So I think that's the thing with guys. Whereas with women, for example, I'll give you a scenario. Let's say I see a friend of mine. I see the wife of a friend of mine, and I see her with another guy, and they're like checking in a motel or something. It's kind of obvious that this is not a meeting. It's not obvious that this is not a friendly Starbucks meetup or a business conversation. Something's up. I mean, just based on, to check in some motel, di ba? I mean, unless she works there and it's her boss, then they're just like, they're going to the office, so to speak. But let's say I see a situation like that, and it's like, it's confirmed, I'm sure of it, it's my friend's wife. I wouldn't, dude, like for the life of me, I would not, I wouldn't like call my friend right away and say, dude, I saw your wife. I saw, no. Women, if they see the husband of their girlfriend with another woman, kahit nasa Starbucks lang and the girl's twirling her hair, or maganda or mukhang malandi, whatever, man, she's gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna tell my girlfriend, I'm gonna take a picture, screenshot, evidence, send it to her, PM it to her. Oh, yan o, husband mo, oh, di ba si ano yan? Sino yung girl? I'm not saying girls want to incite, conflict between couples, or I'm not necessarily, but there's the reason why the chismosa term is marites and not Mario, right? It's a woman's name, because it's associated with a female behavior and a female trait. That's why there's the term marites, right? It's not Mario, it's not Junjun or whatever. The term is marites, even if it, because the it's shortcut supposedly for mare anong latest, right? For those that don't know, that's what I was told, that marites is short for mare anong latest. So that's a chismes thing. But it still refers to a women behavior, because it's mare anong latest. Why is it not parites, right? So what I'm saying is there's a difference right there. And who's the sinner, who's the saint in that scenario? Is it the guy friend for not immediately informing his friend that his wife is cheating on him? Or is it the female friend who's telling her
Okay, but here's the
female
thing
friend? I
though.
mean, you
Here's the
know what I'm
thing
saying?
though.
Like, who's the
You have
sinner, who's
to
the saint,
you
right?
you have to take into consideration the fact that, right, that maybe your friend already knows, he has his suspicions, but he doesn't want it confirmed, right? There could be cases like
Yes.
that.
Yes,
Like he
yes.
might
I
have a
agree. I agree.
feeling that the wife or the girlfriend's like already cheating on him, but he doesn't want to confirm it, right?
Yes, yes.
So that could be it. So if I see um whoever, a friend's wife, a friend's girlfriend, like screwing around, I would really go to him because I mean that's not my business first and foremost, and I'm pretty sure there's already a lot of people telling him about this, like whatever the rumor is or whatever, right? There's probably something going on, and I mean, we live in the Philippines. A lot of like nothing. You can't keep anything like in the Philippines. So
I
I'm
agree.
pretty sure that he already has a feeling, or he already has an idea of what's going on. I wouldn't assume that he's like he's ignorant about it or he's innocent about it. So I wouldn't say anything because for all you know, the last thing that he wants is for a friend to tell him to his face that his wife is cheating on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he would get really embarrassed. And now he is obligated to react, right? As a friend,
Mm-hmm.
all you can do is act ignorant. Like, well, no, even if he asks you something like, "Oh, have you heard rumors and whatever?" And you'd be like, "No, not really," right?
Mm-hmm.
So that he
Mm-hmm.
will not be obligated to react. Because if you tell him, and then in his head, I'm like, "Oh God, shit!" Now he knows. He already knows now, and now he's telling me to my face. Now, if I don't react the way most people would react, that would be on me now. I would be the laughing stock of
Mm-hmm.
the situation, right? So you don't put your friend in that situation, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that is business. If you're not telling him, you're doing him, you're actually doing him a favor. Because if you tell him, and for all you know, he already knows, but he just doesn't want that confirmation, and you're confirming it, then he will be obligated to react, and he will be
True.
obligated to, like pick a fight with the wife.
That's
And
true.
now who's the like family wrecker? You are. At least, well, I mean, I'm just saying that's from my
Yeah.
point of view.
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it is just the way I see it is guys are just not, we because we don't want we try to avoid drama, we're not it's not in our system. I mean, we love conversations, we're talkative, like I'm talkative, I would love to hear the scoop on the whatever's latest going on, but I don't necessarily want to be the initiator of it. I don't necessarily want to be, the source of this particular rumor or issue. I don't want to, and if it passes through my ears, I mean, if I, I'm not going to pass it on right away without clarifying the facts first, or without, I just don't want to be that guy, and it's a very difficult situation because people might say, "Oh, you're a bad friend." I mean, if you see the wife of your friend cheating on your friend and you don't give your friend a heads up, then what kind of a friend are you? I mean, I'm not saying I'm not giving him the heads up. I'm just saying I'm not going to do it right away, you know, because I don't want a situation where my friend, because I don't know how my friend will react. What if he goes, gets his gun out, heads straight to the motel and shoots both of them? I mean, and goes to jail and rots into so, and his kids become orphans. I mean, practically orphaned because he'll be in jail for life. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, no, I'm not. I'll let it marinate. I mean, you know, if there's smoke, there's fire, and eventually it's he's gonna catch on to it, and it's things are probably gonna happen the way they will happen, and at least I'm not, because I don't, like I said, I don't know how to deal with that drama. And I've been in situations where I've had friends in a predicament with their wife or with their girlfriend, and I was literally called on to help out, to rescue, to mediate, whatever, and I would turn my friend down. Because I would tell him, dude, if that happened to me, I wouldn't even know what to do. You know, like honestly, if I was the one in your situation, I would not know what to do. What makes me think that I can be your savior and go there and make things well? I mean, my dad's a diplomat. Talk to him. Not me. I'm not trained for this. I don't have proper training for this shit. And I think people expect too much sometimes from friends. That's the thing. It's like sometimes we expect too much from friends, and with expectations comes disappointment. And I think that's what I like about guy friendships. That's what I like about male friendships is that we don't really have, like, if I have a friend who wanted to sleep in my house because his wife kicked him out and I turned him down, he will still be my friend. Believe you me, he will still be my friend. At least 99% of my guy friends that I know. If you're a guy, if you try to shack up to your friend and he turns you down and you start hating him and not talk to him, dude, you are the inconsiderate friend. He has a family. He had nothing to do with your predicament. He didn't tell you to be in again a fight with your wife. He has to respect his wife's decision too. He doesn't have that proper accommodation to accommodate you. That has nothing to do with your friendship. Because when I enter a friendship with my guy friends, I'm not expecting him. Oh, I better be friends with him because someday I might be able to sleep in his house. No, you don't look at friendship that way. You know, you don't you deal with your own shit. And if your friends offer, then go. So be it. You don't hate
All
them
right,
if they
let's go
can't,
to
right?
right. That's true.
So
Now let's
yeah,
go
right?
to the
Female friendship.
opposite sex opposite sex sort of dynamics, right? Like you said that doesn't apply to you. You said you can't have like women friends.
Mhm.
I mean, you're not saying that it doesn't exist, but you're just saying that it doesn't apply to you.
Yeah.
And again, for the nth time, why is that? Can you explain to everybody who's here while I go down and get something done? All right, hang on.
Okay. So why I can't have female friends? First off, there's not very many women that have the same interests as me. You know, um, I'm into guy stuff. Like I like male stuff, like playing basketball. I'm not playing basketball necessarily, but sports in general, UFC. You know, comic books, video games. These are all mainly guy stuff. And if I do bump into a woman who's into that stuff, she's either boyish, or at least we associate it with being a boyish behavior, you know, or she's kind of weird, like the cosplayer type or the anime emo type or whatever the heck it is. But regardless of that, like I would just rather deal with it with my guy friends, like because that's just how it is. It's not like I intentionally avoid women and say, "Oh, we can't be friends. You're a woman." No. But one of the things that complicated for me is that what if we start getting attracted to each other? I mean, because I'm not necessarily, what if I get attracted to her because we spend so much time together? What if she gets attracted to me because we spend time too much together? And people might say, "Oh, that's a great thing then. That means you're going to have a relationship with your friend." But, for me it's different because a friend is a friend and a relationship is a relationship. And I I I I have this fear that if I fall for a girl just because of our common interest or just because of the fact that we hang out and we have fun as friends and it's not initially sparked by a sexual intense or crazy attraction, that's not what initiated, that I might fall out of love for her, or that I wasn't even in love with her in the first place because it wasn't the thing that triggered the friendship, right? It was friendship. So babalik lang din kami magiging friends. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you're not sure. Like okay, you start out with you have a female friend, right? You're friends, totally platonic. Like no romance, no sex, no attraction, no whatever, no sparks, no chemistry. It's just friendship. You're friends. Yeah, we're hanging out. We eat together. We watch movies together. We read the same books. We play the same games. All that stuff. That's cool. And then all of a sudden it's Valentine's and you like hold hands and you like start kissing and something happened and you get all romantic and tutuksoy na kayo ng friends nyo and you become an item. And you start dating and you start, getting all lovey-dovey and shit. Now, that's something that like developed, That's something that you don't there's so many factors involved that make me question the validity of that relationship. First off, is it because you just spend so much time together that you just end up saying, "Hey, what the heck?" Tayo na. Is it because she's a woman and you're a man and your urges got the best of you? Is it because your friends are all teasing you and are expecting that you are an item, so you end up being boyfriend girlfriend? There's so many factors involved that I feel like I might question that I could question the validity of that relationship. Whereas if I approach a woman and approach that situation with the intent of having a relationship with her and making her my girlfriend, I'm 100% sure that I like her, I want her, all right, and I desire her, regardless of our differences. That I'm 100% sure of. But if end up with a girl because you started out with friendship, then I'm not sure if it's just still friendship and we just had sex. That, and I could fall out of love anytime and go back to just revert to friendship again because it's hard for me to find a person attractive much later. It's either I'm attracted to you when you walk in the room or I'm not. Because if we start bonking each other and I didn't find you attractive 5 years ago, 3 years ago, then I might be bonking you because I couldn't bonk anyone else. Or you might just be letting me bonk you, or you might just be the one attracted to me and I just got lured into it. Or I might just be the one attracted to you and you just got lured into it. That's what scares me about a friendship becoming a relationship rather than it being straightforward an attraction right away. Because I just, if I look at the women I've worked with, if you look at the women I've hung out with, who didn't become my girlfriends, I didn't find them attractive then. I don't find them attractive now. So that's what I'm saying. But if we had become friends and hung out together, then maybe something might have happened. I might have been drunk and did something out of desperation or whatever. Um, but and none of my girlfriends are all like developed attraction. They're all like I was attracted to them from day one. Niligawan ko, awan ng Diyos sinugot ako. So that's just the kind of person I am. And I know guys out there who might prefer to be with a woman who they've known long, and that's the main thing for them. Good for you. But believe you this, all right? A person is different when they're your lover, and a person is different when they're your friend. And you mix those two together, one's gotta overpower the other. And what's scary about being in a relationship with a friend is that the friendship might be stronger than the love. What do you do then? You know, revert back to friendship? Okay, well, if it's that easy. But remember, we're in the Philippines. People here don't have casual sex, as a normal thing. In the States, that's fine. You can have sex with somebody, see her the next day as if nothing happened. But in the Philippines, that's different. For the most part, it is. So we don't have that luxury of the FUBU thing. You know, we call it FUBU, but trust me, it might not be. It's
Maybe
not
that
FUBU
was
for
your
her.
time. Maybe that was your
Huh?
time. Because maybe now it's a different time, right? I mean,
Well,
even
then
then,
that would be
even
a
then,
good
we were in
thing.
Davao because we were in Davao. I mean, we were in, I mean, we lived in Davao, and probably that wasn't the case in Manila anymore. It could have been different, right?
Yeah, but it's the
I
same
mean, we were
thing
always
then.
behind in terms
If
in
women are
terms
if
of
women are
like
cool
lifestyle
about
and
it, yeah, no, but it's the same thing then. It's like it's just reversed. So if women are cool about it, and okay, so if women are cool about that situation now, then what's the point of having a relationship? Let's just bonk each other and just be friends. So I still don't get the point of taking it to the next level. If that's the case, if a woman's like, okay, I'm fine. Like, not all women who have sex get attached to the guy. Okay, then let's not have a relationship. Let's just like meet up when we're horny. I mean, but I'm talking about being in a relationship here. You know, like why would you want to be in a relation? I'm not just talking about having sex with a woman. I'm talking about having a relationship with a woman and having sex with her too. I guess But if you're just talking about having sex with a woman, it's different. Because, like I said, there are plenty of women out there like that. They're open about their sexuality. There are women out there who probably been to bed with more partners than we have. And they'll be doing the helicopter and all this. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in a relationship. Um, that's different. I'm not talking about hooking up with women on Tinder. I'm talking about like a relationship where there's a possibility that you could get married and have kids and all that shit. It's for me. That's a totally different thing. And that's the thing in the U.S. It's like in the U.S. they're different there. You could date somebody, you could have sex, and you're not even boyfriend girlfriend. You're just going out. We're just going out. You know, the next day she might call you and say, "Hey, I don't want to see you anymore." You're fine. It doesn't mean you're heartless. You might want more, but because society is so freaking open about seeing other people, you have no choice but to accept it and swallow the fact that okay, she likes someone else. I'm not gonna mope around and be miserable. I'll also try to see other people. It conditions you to be strong. It conditions you to be hard. It hardens you. In the Philippines, it's not. We're not like that. We're like hopeless romantics. We're very traditional and conservative. So if you are in a relationship with a girl, she can't just like the next day say, "Hey, I don't want to see you anymore," and you see her holding hands with another guy at the mall, like as if you didn't have sex the day before, the week before. That's highly unlikely that Filipinos can take that. I mean, if you can, then you really didn't like her, just wanted sex. So that's cool. It's all cool. But I'm talking about a girl who you like beyond the bedroom. And that's my reasoning again for not having female friends is that if I don't find a woman attractive initially, I'm scared that if I just like fall for her later and then we're together, that I might revert back to that state where I wasn't attracted to her because I will question the validity of the relationship. I will not question the validity of our friendship because we were friends. But once we become lovers, stemming from the friendship, I can question the fact that, because like I said, one or the two will be more than the other, will weigh more than the other. So are you really lovers or are you really friends? And you're gonna come to a point where you're gonna have to revert back to one or take it to the next level. And if you can take it to the next level and be lovers and never revert back to just the friends and the platonic thing and see her that way again, that's fine. But I don't think I can, like I said, the women I've known years ago and weren't attracted to and saw them and worked with them for 5, 6, 7 to 10 years, I'm still not attracted to them after 6, 7, 10 years. But it doesn't mean if I get drunk, I won't go to bed with them. I might, but you know what I'm saying? It's like that's the thing. It's like if they're heartbroken and I for that particular night I've had too much tequila, yeah, something might happen. But it doesn't mean I'm taking the friendship to the next level. So I'd rather not complicate things for myself and just segregate things. Biodegradable, degradable, whatever. It's like that's basically it. I can't mix both. I'm not calling them trash. I'm just saying like it's an analogy. It's like, I can't have a hybrid car. It's either full electric or fuel, and it's just easier for me to deal with it that way because I don't have to approach it with so many different sides of me. Because if you have your friend as your lover, how am I going to approach this? As a friend or as a lover? You know? Because the other one has to take a back seat. Your other personality has to take a back seat. Because once you become lovers, papasok na yung selos, papasok na yung, expectations, papasok na yung standards and conditions, and you know you start looking at each other differently. Because when you're friends, dude, we're cool. Like, yeah, I don't care what she wears. I don't care who she's talking to tonight. I don't care if she doesn't want to watch a romantic movie with me. I don't care if she calls me whatever. But once you become lovers, dude, people start to get more sensitive. People start to have more expectations. People like, if you're friends with a girl, it's Valentine's Day. She can care less if you give her flowers or not.
Right.
What
But
if that
okay, hang
same
on.
girl
But the
all of a
question,
sudden,
okay. But it's more of like it's just a question of like being friends with the opposite sex. We're like no possibility of you being involved with the person. That's the
dude,
I mean that's the core of
that's
it.
what I'm
That's the
saying.
core
You
of it.
can't. But that's what I'm saying. You can't say that because my definition of a friendship
You
with a woman
no
is
okay.
different.
Here's the thing. Here's what you said. You can never be attracted to somebody if you're not attracted to them at all in the first place.
Yes,
Like it
yes,
should be like attraction
it's hard.
first,
It's hard.
then right. So that means
Yeah,
if you have a friend, then they would remain friends. They would just be friends because no way she's gonna be more than a friend
yeah,
because
I
you're not
know, but
attracted to her.
didn't I mention that if I have too much tequila, if we're both heartbroken at the time, if something happens, I'm a guy, dude. I'm a dude. Are you seriously telling me that every woman I've had sex with, I'm attracted to? Dude, guys pay for sex. Guys have sex with strangers just because tinukso ng friends. Guys have sex just because they hung out at the
I
beach.
doubt it. I
I'm not,
mean,
that's not what I.
if you're
Dude, come
friends
on.
with someone, I don't think you'd do that.
No, dude,
I've never taken advantage of a friend ever.
it's not taking advantage.
All
But
right.
let's say, what if she's the one who offers her? What if she starts to get attracted to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if she starts to? Because you don't know. Because
Well, that
she might just be.
happened. That
It
happened. That
happened.
happened.
See, she might like
I
you.
that happened. I have to downplay it. I downplayed it, and it was cool up until she was fighting with everybody. So it
Yeah,
was totally
magseselos yun, dude.
cool. She liked me, and I was like, all right, fine. But I don't feel the same way,
Dude, kung
right?
pangit ka, maybe you don't have to worry about that. But you're a good-looking dude. You're a fashionable guy. You have a personality. You're a freaking DJ. You're the man. I mean, it's not like it's highly. I wouldn't blame a girl if you're friends and you hang out together and she's obsessing with you when she gets home. I wouldn't blame her because.
All
But
right.
if you're like some timid guy, talagang hanggang friends lang, that's different. Because there are really
Okay,
guys out
that's a
there who
plus
are just
then,
really.
right? That's a
You're
plus
not
then.
harmless,
If you have
Ice. You're nice, but you're not harmless. Trust me, you're not.
no, I know I'm not harmless, but what I'm saying is, if that's the case, if she likes you, then that should be a plus. If like if you think that you like her back, then okay, this is a plus.
Yeah,
If you
yeah, yeah,
don't
I know,
like
I
her,
know.
then you can just like downplay it, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but then again, I'm what I'm trying to
it's
say is like
tough
it happened to
though,
me
right?
before, so I downplayed it, and it went pretty bad. It got ugly because she was fighting with everybody, all the other friends that I had, all my
Inaway na,
other
right?
girlfriends in away
Bucks
niyo na.
out.
So
Bucks out.
yeah, it was sort of like that. So it was kind
It's
of unfair
mine.
because I like hanging out with girls. I was hanging
I
out
know
with
you
her. I was
do.
hanging out with everybody, and she was she
I know
was
you do.
being unreasonable. I was like, "Why are you doing this? Like, why are you fighting with them? Like, I
I
like
mean,
hanging out with them, as much as I like hanging out with you. But I can't be hanging out with you all the time. I need to
I
hang
know
out with everybody."
I know you're super like good friends with my wife. You're good friends with a lot of my like a couple of girls that I dated before, and but I wouldn't trust you with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I still know you're a guy. You know what I'm saying? Lalaki ka pa rin. And
No,
even
I
if
know
you
that's your
say,
personality. I know that's your personality.
what,
I had a
whoa,
re- I had a read on that. I had a read on that. Like, this is
what?
the guy.
No, 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 no. Because
if
I
you
know
if you think you're that
you're
slick,
my.
if you think you're that slick, no, you're not. Because I already know that before.
I
Like back in the day when we
know.
were working together.
No, 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 no. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's like I still wouldn't trust you like 100%. You know what I'm saying? And I would not blame you. Like I wouldn't blame you. Like I would blame myself if I like. I, ganito na lang. Let's just put it this way. I'm not even gonna talk about myself. I'm gonna talk about how I would perceive other guys who have female friends. Tayo mismo, right? When we're at the finance building of Ateneo, hanging out on Wednesdays during wash day, and we see our crushes or the crush ng bayan girls passing by with their dorky looking guy best friends who's acting like he's the man because he's walking next to the girl that all the guys want. What are we saying, right? We're all like, yeah, right? We all thinking what that guy might be thinking. Yeah, he's a friend. Yeah, he might just be, but we're all kind of suspecting that, yeah, this guy's got an agenda. And you know what? There have been situations where I would see a girl in first year and she's hanging with this guy, and I would like the guy's like gay. Like I would be like, that guy's gay. Like he's a gay best friend. But I never made a move on that girl. And that freak man, second year you find out mag-on sila. Pucha barako pala yung guy. And they're like, they're like lovers now. And I'm like, oh shit. So you see, like it can happen, like it happens. And I'm not saying all guys have that intention with women, but unless the woman's like super hideous looking, then there's no way probably that I would even think of having sex with her, even if I was drunk. And I know girls would say that about me as well. Like if I'm not her type, she would never have sex with me or whatever, right? So I'm just saying I'm not trying to be like arrogant here and saying, oh, hindi attractive yung girl. Of course, why would you have sex with somebody you're not attracted to, right? I mean, at least initially. But if she's like just funky looking or looks like a guy and I have told you she's not my type, then maybe there is no fear of that. And you can say, he's just a friend. But then again, I don't like hanging out with like a funky looking woman who just because we have like something in common. Because here's the thing too. If you hang out with a woman and she's a friend, you're also sort of cutting off the potential other women who you could hook up with. Because when they look at you together, it doesn't say, we're just friends, we're just friends, we're just friends. People can assume that you're an item. So women would be like, type ko sana may girlfriend eh. You know, I mean, how many times have I called up a girl and like, oh, baka magselos boyfriend mo. That's always like my trick to catch her if she has a boyfriend. Oh, okay lang usap. Oh, baka makatawagan ka na ng boyfriend mo. And she's like, wala naman ako boyfriend. O yung ano pala, yung guy yung matangkad, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan. And she'd be like, friend ko lang yun. Eh. Okay, if that, okay, boing, all right, okay, game on. But, but, if had she not tell me that, I had not asked her that, and she did not tell me that guy was, I wouldn't know, and I probably wouldn't have made my move. And that would have been one relationship that would have been out of my hands. So if you're a guy walking around with your female friend na hindi mo rin naman mabubong, hindi rin naman kayo, hindi mo rin naman mapapangasawa, hindi mo rin naman ano, it's just maybe because you just have fun talking to each other,
Why do you
but you
have to
do have
bunk your
got.
female friends? Do you have to bunk them?
No, I mean, like I said, because you are cutting off
Okay, hang on.
potential
I'm kind of curious. I'm
relationships
kind of
because
curious.
of it.
All right, okay, I know, I
Diba?
know, I know. Hang on, but my curiosity is, you never felt the need to have somebody to talk to.
I
I
did.
mean that's why that's
I
why I
did.
have I have
I did.
girl
That's a
friends and I
woman.
have like guy friends because
Yeah, I did.
um
That's a
women
woman.
can be more, you know, they can be more into it, and they
That's why I
would
have a
be there
girlfriend.
to actually.
That's why I
No, I
have
mean,
a
no,
girlfriend.
yeah. So yeah, well, yeah. What if you fight? I mean, if you're having to fight with the girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? So it's, I mean, if the problem is the girlfriend,
At
there's
least I
somebody
got
to
to bunk
talk to.
her. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I know
but
it
that's the
sounds
thing. It's
shallow. But it's not as shallow as that. That's not what I intend. That's not how it sounds like that. But that's not my intent. That's not how I intend it to be. And of course, I don't even like not all my girlfriends I bonked or whatever. It's That's what I'm talking about. I'm just like trying to point out the fact here that if I want a woman companion, then that's why I have a girlfriend. If I want friends, I have guy friends. Because first off, it's different for you, Ice, because you don't drink. Dude, I drink. And you know me when I'm drunk. And do you honestly feel safe if, let's say, your sister was my friend? Let's say she's just my friend, but she'll hang out with me. And I say, Ice, hangout lang kami ni Kakay. Oh, how would you feel? You honestly think 100%, right? I mean, knowing me. And eh, so I'm basically sparing myself of complicated situations. And like I say, I'm just speaking for myself here. I'm not speaking for you, obviously, because you have a different perspective. I'm not speaking for guys out there like Buboy Kimpo, and I have a ton of friends, dude, who have female friends, and I envy them. Trust me, I envy them because these women trust them enough na magsabak, would spend nights with them, would share a bed with them, dude. Like that's that's why it's complicated. A female male relationship for me is something and I spoke to Joe about that too, and Joe's like kind of in the same boat. Joe's like all or nothing. Joe's the same way too. I mean, if you see Joe hanging out with a girl, 9 times out of 10, just sums up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not like shopping for clothes together and are comparing notes on a movie. But because I drink, and I think that's one thing, because I drink. And what if she's drinking and we're friends? How many Filipino movies have you seen where that's a situation where BFF sila and then your girl's broken hearted and then you did ni-rescue nung friend na guy and then nalasing yung girl biglang naghalikan. Well, those things happen, dude. It happens because it's the opposite sex. Like
wow, what a
if I
terrible
bump
friend that person was.
no, it's
If
not
that happened,
terrible. No, it's not. It's not a terrible thing. It's actually a natural thing for a guy to be attracted to a woman. It's not a
it
terrible
is,
thing.
but I don't think it's. I don't know. I mean, I have pretty friends, and I don't think I've been attracted to them. I would say they're pretty, but I don't think I'm attracted to them. Like, yeah, they're pretty,
Well,
but
I salute you, dude. I mean, I really do. I salute you because I'm the type of guy who was like, there's several times, and this happened at the station too, where I'm not gonna tell you who the girls are, but like for example, the tab on my shirt is sticking out, and she would like, oh, so, oh, yung ano mo, and she would like reach out and like return my tab on my shirt, and I would be like, 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 shit, like, hold on, because I'm
you're a
not used to
caveman.
that. No, because I'm
You're a
not used to that.
caveman.
I am because I'm not used to that. Like you're used to maybe holding hands with your girlfriends, female friends. You're used to maybe them touching your face. Like I would eat pizza, and I trust me, dude. I tried. I tried. It's not like I never attempted to have female friends. Like we had pizza, and she would wipe my mouth, and dude, I don't know why, but it's just maybe I associate women too much with like a relationship. So if I'm with a woman and she does something that's remotely kind of in an indication of intimacy, like touching my hand, like Rod, okay lang. Like I've had several friends cry on my shoulder because their boyfriend, cheated on them or something, and she's crying and I'm like, oh shit, like she's crying, like Ateneo, dude. Like I was the guy. I was the shoulder to lean on. There was a span in Ateneo where I didn't have a girlfriend, and freaking all my friends, like Titix and all their girlfriends, thought I was the guy to run to, and it was so uncomfortable for me because these are pretty girls and these are like friends of my friends, and it's like, and they'd be leaning on my shoulder, and I'm like, holy shit, or she'd be crying and all that shit, and I'd be like, I would literally be like, it's not a very comfortable position for me. It's not. I'm
Munggahi!
actually thinking. I'm actually thinking. Lamiyahirita na niyo eh.
Munggahi!
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know
Umihangad
what I'm
sa
saying?
langit!
Like lamiyahirita na niyo. You're like totally like super
Kirig, kirig.
vulnerable. I can't be like that Big Brother guy. I can't be. I'm not that guy. I
But
know
you don't
guys
have to
who
be a
are.
big brother. You just have to be a friend. You don't have to be a big brother or anything. You just have to be
I mean,
there.
I'm not
Like,
an
oh, whatever.
enemy, dude. I'm not. I'm there. If she calls me, she needs to someone to listen to. I can, but I can't commit because for me, I feel like a relationship with a friendship with a woman is a commitment, whereas a
Right.
friendship with a guy is not. Like I said, case in point na lang,
Okay.
mag-inuman kayo. Kasama ko siya, nag-inuman kami, nalasing. O, nag-inuman kami sa Cynthia's Lechon or sa Flyover Iyaw-Iyaw, nalasing. Tulog doon yung girl. Dude, if that's my guy friend, bahala ka diya, bay. Basta, gipukaw ta ka, ha? Oh, leave, right? Or you bring him, suka, okay lang. With a woman, dude, diba? What if she like starts
You
taking
take
her
her
clothes off
home.
there, magmaoy? Dude, it's a responsibility. I'm
I
telling
know.
you, it's a
Your
I've been with drunk
responsibility to take
women.
her
I've
home.
been with drunk women. I had a boarding house in Bakaka, dude. The back of that old house there in the back of the house, that was a boarding house. One of the girls who rented it was a bartender at one of the popular night spots here in Davao. She rented that out. She would bring some of her friends there. You know what would happen at night? Because my bedroom was, I would sleep in my Lola's room and it was facing the gate. I would hear a car in the middle of the night and guys come out, leave her in the gate. And I would peek through the window and I would see her literally hanging on the gate like that, throwing up. Dude, I'm the freaking landlord. I'm the tenant. I have to run out there, get her, drag her all the way to the boarding house. And she wasn't even paying me a lot for the boarding house. I mean, she was paying me money. She wasn't paying me in gesture, right? And there was one time, nagmaoy, dude. She wanted to drink all her colognes and alcohol because she was like her family's broken, or like she has a broken family, all that shit. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? I couldn't like slap her or do anything to control her because she's a woman and she was freaking out. And you can ask Brando about this because there was one time Brando was there and Brando was like, "Sao na to ni bay?" She was like threatening to kill herself. And I'm like, holy shit. I mean, if it's like a guy friend, bahala ka diha. You know what I'm saying? Like, maui diya, bahala ka diha. It's like, you're if, you're not my,
He's
but if it's a
threatening to kill
woman,
himself. Pati mo sarili, bahala ka.
exactly. I mean, that's probably what my mom would tell me. I mean, my mom would tell me that. Ma, I'm so no, sige, go. Like, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, if it's a woman, it's different. It's different,
All
dude.
right.
I mean, I grew up with women all my
Okay.
life,
All right, people.
but
We
yeah,
cannot sell this friendship with the opposite sex to Rod
no,
Rodriguez.
can't,
Definitely
nah,
it's not for
you
him.
can't,
All right.
you cannot. But
Okay, we
but
get
but
it. We get it.
we do. Amy, we're friends, all right. So like I
What are
have
you talking about? You just said like you
Pinky,
can't
we're
be friends
friends.
with women.
Not that kind of friends though. Like they don't come to my house and they don't hang out. Like just us. Have I ever hung out with Amy just us? Have I hung out with Pinky just us? No. But they're my friends. But not that friend, I'm saying like I not at the level that I have with my guy friends who literally
Yeah.
like
It could be
freaking
because
go.
I don't drink. Just
Yes, it could be because you don't drink.
sometimes it's just yeah. I just need that like that talk with women because it's interesting to talk to women.
It
It's yeah.
is. It is.
I mean,
That's why I fall in love
conversations
with
are
them.
much more interesting.
That's
Yeah,
why I
because
fall in
I
love.
mean, it's
That's why I
much
have
more interesting.
relationships
It's
with
much
them.
more,
Exactly.
I mean, it's much more comforting. But there are
That's why I
times that you
married
look
one.
for that galao that galao vibe that you want that just being goofy and all. But yeah, I mean, I need to be balanced. So that's why I have like guy friends, I have women friends, I have gay friends. Yeah, I
Yeah, you
mean,
do. Actually, you do. Yes, you have gay friends. I mean,
yeah,
I
and I
know
hang
gay,
out
but
with
I
my
don't
gay
hang out with
friends.
them. You know what you're
Yeah,
dude. You're in control. I think that the thing with you is you're in control, and I think that's probably the because I told you this already. It's like I'm older than you, but you're more mature than me, and I think a lot of it has to do with maturity. And you're mature. Like you own up to your actions. I own up to my actions too, but I also have a disclaimer that says if I do something crazy tonight, I apologize in advance. You don't have that. You don't need that, because first off, like I said, you don't drink. Again, you're also the eldest amongst your siblings. So you feel like you have this weight of responsibility all the time. And guys like you, dude, trust me, I envy guys like you. I don't know about Joe if he envies guys, but I envy guys like you. I have friends who are like that. Like Jik Jik, our station manager, he's like that. He has a lot of female friends. Like literally platonic. Like they're just friends. And they cuddle up to him and they love him and they call him and they hang out with him and it's just them and they trust him. They don't feel unsafe with him. You freaking brought so many pretty girls in the station, dude. Like Mao and I would be like, Mao has a lot of female pretty female friends. So Mao's like that too. And Mao's as maniakis as they come, but he drinks. So I can't figure out why he has a lot of female friends, but he does. Philip Boo Boy, Kimpo, the guy we guessed did, Mike Master Boo. Dude, he was best friends with what's this bossa nova singer? City. They were like in bed together and nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll take pictures together. I mean, like, if I was in that situation, are you kidding me? Like, she'd probably kick me out of her life. I might have done something or attempted something. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not a mean guy. I'm not necessarily maniakis or whatever. But I have a disclaimer that says if I do something stupid, I apologize in advance. But with Ice, you're always in control. And I envy guys like you because you have that luxury of having a woman as a friend and a woman as a lover. For me, I put too much pressure, I think, on my girlfriend or even now my wife because I don't spread out my issues. She has to be the shock absorber of everything because my guy friends don't do that. You're probably my shock absorber because I talk to you about things that I don't talk to with my bakaka boyfriends or even with Carlo and stuff. We have a different kind of relationship as I do with my other guy friends. So I get that from you already. I don't need a woman, because I have friends already who are also effeminate. I also have friends who are
Well,
good
yeah,
at
that's
emotional
that's
things,
my that's my relationship
right?
with a lot of men, including my best friend Flip Mode. They kind of open up to me. They don't open
Yeah,
up to each other.
that's exactly. So
Like
I don't need
Flip
a
Mode
woman.
wouldn't go. Like Flip Mode wouldn't go to Yoda to open up. He would come
But he
to
would go
me,
to you. Yes.
right?
Yes. I
Then,
see why.
and if whoever's worried about anybody, they'd come to me first because they'd be like, "Well, he doesn't really open up to me about these things, so maybe you should go to him."
Yeah, like kung sila lang, they're messed up. Like
Yeah, no,
if it's
yeah,
just them, you're
they,
not
they
there.
wouldn't do it.
It's not the same
Yeah,
dynamics,
they
right?
can't
It's
talk
not.
about,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So they can't talk about certain things. So I have to be there,
Yeah.
or to get somebody to open up about something, I have to be the one to ask the person,
Yes.
and
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
not the other
See.
friends. So
So
I kind of like have that. It's yeah,
yeah. So I have guy friends like you. Why do I need a woman friend? Because I mean,
that's
it's
true.
gonna complicate
I'm
my
like the
life.
marites in the like in the boys section, or like in the in the men's
Yeah,
section.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah. You
marites
bring that element.
there.
You bring that element.
Yeah.
You bring that element. And
Like everybody asks me for what's the latest. Like, dude, what's the latest? I'm like, what are you asking me for? Well,
it,
that's your job. Like
and you
you
know what's
basically know everything.
cool?
Really?
You know what's cool is because like I said, I can bring up things with you that you get that I can't bring up with like maybe Mao or some of my other friends. And it's because you have that. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's some people just have it. Some people just have it and they have the capacity to be friends with a woman and be. Some people just have it, and you have it. I don't have it. I'm shallow as shallow can be, man. I'm like I'm
I,
and
I I
I
have
don't.
high school friends who would call me showbiz lingo na, showbiz lingo na. If I come to the party, ay, nabot na, showbiz lingo
Dude,
na.
I'll tell you. I mean, I don't know if any other guy friend of mine, and I can say this, put this on record, if they're listening or tuned in. I have never spoken to any other guy friend of mine who we have talked about how awkward was this guy with
Butch,
with
Butch
Butch
Francisco.
Francisco is. You're the only one. Like you noticed that shit? Like I thought I was weird for noticing that shit. Like you think I'd bring that up to Joe? You think Joe would get it? Joe like, "Sabay, you think Mao would know who Butch Francisco is? Dude, come on. Like, we're, like you're the only
You have a
person I
point, though.
know.
You have
So
a point. Yes,
so you
you do
so what
have
I'm
a point.
saying? Like we talk about Dragon Ball and shit, but we also talk about Butch Francisco. Like who the hell knows this guy? I don't.
Because he
None of my
was
guy.
fucking awkward. Dude, he was
I
awkward.
know, I know, but we
That's
paid
the
attention
thing.
to that shit, and no one
I
else did.
well, I mean, now I get weirded out because if you're saying this, are you telling me that Joe or Bao didn't really notice that? Because I
No,
notice it
no.
all the
They
time.
don't
That's why
even
I
know who the
hate
guy
watching
is.
it.
Joe probably knows who the guy is because Joe knows everyone, but he's not like
Right.
focused on it or anything. But he was like,
He was
"Oh,
like always like moving around, like he can't find his angle. Like so that's what I hated because I don't think he can find his angle. He's always like trying to like he's not moving a lot per se, but he's
it's
sort
like,
of moving, trying to find his angle,
he's
and
like,
it pisses me off.
dude, didn't you have time to get ready before the
I
freaking they said
know.
like it's gonna go on air?
You're
Like
you're supposed to have like PAs and shit. Like, why are you still like?
No, but
And
you
like the
see,
smile too, like
but you see things like that, like normal guys wouldn't notice that shit. So like I know for a fact that I also have that side, where we notice that shit, like and I know and like that's what I'm saying. It's like if I'm gonna talk to women about like stuff like that, or if I'm gonna talk to women about showbiz, because my guy friends don't know showbiz. If I talk to women about sensitive stuff, I have guy friends I can talk to about that. Like I have you, we can talk about issues like that. We can
that's
talk
true.
about like
That's
sensitive
true.
stuff. I don't have to talk about I don't have to I don't need a woman friend, even though it's better if it's a woman friend in terms of how how much more varied they'll bring into my life. But kaya nga ako nag-girlfriend. And another reason why, the last, that I don't have women friends is like I said, what if my girlfriend na ako? What if my boyfriend na siya? Right? It's gonna make things awkward. We don't know if magiging selosa yung girlfriend. We don't know magiging seloso yung boyfriend. So what? Our friendship ends. We take a back seat. We don't know each other anymore. I mean, with guy friends, that doesn't happen. The only reason why it takes a back seat because we respect the relationship. Bay,
Mhm.
tuyo uya bay. But you know that nothing's changed. You can still go to their house and she won't get jealous. You can still hang out with your guy friends and she won't be calling you in the middle of the night. But trust me, man, kung female friend mo, sasabihin ko ba kay Mrs., you think I'm gonna tell Bagik, babe, hangout lang kami ni female best friend ko, whoever, hangout lang kami sa bar, catch up. I mean, I don't know how she'll take that. It's cool if she'd be like, yeah, sige, go. Check in pa kayo kung gusto mo. Huwag ka na umuwi. Let's check out. I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard. But anyways, all right. So start you up on board.
All right.
Dude, it's 10 already, so it's 11
Yeah,
there,
I
right?
know. I know. All right, yeah.
All right.
Okay, before we go, just want to read something from Jasper. I had a Mission Impossible with Joe spying on someone for 3 times a week before, but I'm not gonna share it. All right, okay. Okay, cool, cool. I
I
think I
hope it's
have an
not
idea
mine.
who well, I kind of like have an idea who it is. I
I
would
hope it's
say
not
that was
mine
like
though.
the
Not me.
what
Not
we
mine.
what
Not like
no, I don't think so. Like
like not spying on me or spying on my wife. Whether I,
no, 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 no.
whoever your idea is, a different
I
person.
think that because I think I
No, because
remember like Joe being on that situation. Um, no, it's not yours, Rod, according to Jasper. Um, yeah, because I remember him being in a dilemma like that because he told us stories about it, like his relationship and how is how it was going at that time. So I kind of like I think that was a time when Jasper was also coming to the station and playing basketball with us. So I think
yeah,
it's
yeah.
around that time. So I know who yeah I'm probably
You
eighty
have an
percent right.
idea. Okay, so
I have an
it's like
idea who it
someone you
is.
know
You
too.
probably know the person.
It's like someone you
No,
know
it's
too.
it's somebody that we know. It's somebody probably that you worked with before.
Oh shit! Somebody I worked with.
Yeah.
Oh dang! All right, guy
Oh
girl.
come on, man.
Guy girl.
Dude, why would Joe spy on a guy? Why would
So
he
the
spy on
girl.
a guy?
So no, 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 no,
It
no,
can't
no,
be
no,
a
no. But I mean,
girl.
like, the one we worked with was a girl.
Yeah, of course.
Someone I know.
Somebody probably you know too well.
Shiz. What the heck, man?
Oh come on, man.
Okay.
Don't play dumb with me. Come on.
No, 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 no. I don't like. Okay, so who was she involved with? Someone we know too.
Joe. It was Joe who was like sending Jasper to this Mission Impossible stalking mission. So it's
Oh,
somebody related to Joe.
it's his. Okay, all right. No, no, because I thought they were like spying on another like total third party couple or something all together. I didn't know it was like
No,
him.
I think
He
it
was
was a
asking.
mission from Joe
I thought it
given
was both
to
of them like spying
Jasper.
or something.
No, no. Because I
Okay,
think
got it,
Jasper
got it.
has the car and he has the resources to follow the person around. So maybe he
Well, I
asked
wasn't privy to that.
Jasper to do it.
Joe's like a
But
very good friend. He's my, I mean, I know him. I be very well, but like I said,
no,
that
no,
guy, I
I
would be
haven't. He
surprised
never said anything to
if
me. But
there's a
well,
bulk of
he's.
secrets.
I'm kind of like connecting the dots here because he said something before
But if it's
about
past,
that
it's past. It's
relationship.
fine. If it's past, it's
Right?
past.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's
I mean,
yeah. Pass is pass. It's done.
yeah,
What's done is
it's
done.
no longer a part of his life or
Right.
situation right now. So it's good. But
True.
I did
All
not
right.
know
So
that. So
hopefully the
Jasper,
Celtics would
you're a good
win
friend.
on.
Jasper, you're a good
Right.
friend.
You're yeah. Not dropping names and shit. Right.
Pikoy and I,
And
if it
for
was us
actually
that he told
spying.
this to, if it was, wala na. Na kay Christopher Min na Butch Francisco na information.
Showbiz linga na, showbiz
Oh,
linga na,
Jasper, sino
ha,
yung
ha,
pinay
ha.
mo para
And I hate that haircut too. What
I know,
kind of a
like, what is it?
haircut was that?
What is that? Like,
Right? Alanganin na
anyway.
flat top. You know what I'm saying? It was
Okay,
alanganin
I
na
got a
flat
question.
top.
Is he gay
Holy
or is he
shit.
not gay? What's your take on him? Because
Dude, I
he looks
thought
like
he was gay.
he looks like he lifted
I thought he
weights and
was
then
gay.
stopped. He looks like he lifted weights and then stopped and just ate. Like he's
Like
kind
he's
of
that
like
person
big.
that you don't really you can't really tell. He's that person that you can't tell. Like, is he gay or is he not gay? Right?
Yeah, he's the guy. He's the type of guy
And
would
I
like follow you in the gym, in the dress, in the shower. Have you ever? There's this gym.
right.
I'm not gonna say what gym, but there's a gym in Davao, and I worked out there because my friend Miguel, he works out, and I noticed there's this guy where every time I'm done with my workout, I would go in the change room in the locker room. There wasn't really locker, it's just a change room, and he would always like end his session too at the same time as me. And I'd like because I'd only in the gym for 30 minutes. Miguel's like in the gym for like 2 hours. So I'm always done before him and I just wait for him. So I walk and he's always there. He's always like talking to me because Miguel also knows him. And then I didn't know because the guy's like freaking huge. The guy's like, and then
Right.
like afterwards, like Miguel starts teasing me about him. I'm like, the guy's gay. He's like, you didn't tell me the whole time. I'm like changing in front of him. Sa mukha ni mo, bradoy. Nag-charge yung tako. Bayad, bayad, bayad.
It's free to
To what?
watch.
To what? To what?
If he touches, well, that's I mean, yeah, you got
Yeah.
to
So if you
charge,
notice
right?
somebody in the gym who's always like changing or ending his session at the same time as you know,
All right.
alam na
And
this, alam na
he
this.
might think the same as you. You know what I'm saying? He
No,
might be
no, no,
thinking like,
because I
why
go
is he?
ahead. No, I'm always ahead. I'm always there first, and he
All right.
comes in. I'm
Okay.
like, okay. I mean, he's already working out when I came in. Why is he ending at the
All right.
same time?
Okay. All right. Maybe
Anyways,
he was already tired and he saw you like leaving. He was like, all right,
and then
yeah, I
Miguel
should call it a
like how
day.
many sessions na saka pa ako sabihan? I mean, come on. May history na sila siguro.
Probably. And
He
he
knows.
wanted to get back at you. Like he wanted to, like pass it on to
May,
people. All right. I mean, why would he
mana,
want that? Like, okay. I felt so
mana.
violated. Yeah, I feel so violated. It can't be just me. Others should
That's guy
be.
friend. That's guy friendship.
Right?
That's guy friendship.
That's guy
Like
friendship.
here's the guy friendship.
Lugi na
Pag
ako eh.
pag makakain ka ng something and it's like luod, like bay lami kay bay. But women, they'd be so honest.
Tabla.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
grows to
tabla-tabla
eat
na,
that. Diba?
Yeah.
But
It
guys can be
can't be
lami kay
just
bay.
me. Somebody has to go through it.
Init ang
Somebody
sabaw
who's
bay.
who's
Dili man
close
bay.
to me, somebody who I value, somebody who I consider a friend.
That's a male friendship. If you have a male
Right.
friend who hasn't done anything bad to you, he's not a real friend.
True.
Plastic yan, plastic.
All right. Okay. So we'll see you guys on Thursday. And what's on your list? Do you have something on your
Oh,
list?
yeah. Actually, I wanna try. I'll ask Carol when, but she said the weekend she's available, so we might be
Right.
able to have her on a weekend. But on my list, I have. Okay, so we're talking about friendship now, right? Where the heck is it? Okay, hold on, real quick. Here we go. Shoot, where is it? Okay, these are not. Dude, where is it? Okay. Anyways, regardless, I can't find the stupid. Okay, here it is. I have a separate. Okay, so it's like should couples share everything? Well, like passwords. I think we had this already with
Yeah, we
Marvin
did. We
Pepino. We
did.
had that. We already had that. Talking about your exes, your best trait, something you will never do. Um, okay, things that go together well. So this is a very broad discussion. Actually, you could talk about food, you could talk about clothes, fashion. You can talk because we have a sneakerhead like Chan Yap. We have you as the fashion guy. I'm a foodie, so things that go together well, like lechon kawali, and if you talk about food, you can also talk about what's one of the best advices that you've gotten from friends and family. It's also good, and a good problem to have. Like, I'm sure some people have that, Like maybe Jasper's like, should I buy
Okay.
a Santa
Okay. That
Cruz
that would
bike
be interesting.
or
A good problem to
a
a good
good
problem
problem
to
to
have.
have? But it's a
Right.
problem, right? But it's a
Right. A good
problem.
problem to
But it's
have. All
good.
right. Okay. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that. That's we can.
All right, a
Yeah,
good
that's a
problem to
funny thing
have.
to talk about. Right. A good problem to have. Okay. We're gonna see you on Thursday. Thanks a lot for joining us. And yeah, spread the word, tell your friends about it. And if you're, if you haven't finished the show, you can like always finish it. Like it's always on our Facebook page. So just like
Mm-hmm.
hang out with us and yeah, enjoy the late night conversations. This has been the OK Show on a Tuesday. Thanks a lot, Rodriguez and Iceman, and we are out. Good night.